Greetings, students, and welcome back to the classroom. I'm Professor Phoenix, and we have yet more game development to do today. I'm always in a good mood when we got more game development to do. I can't lie, I have been smiling so much every time I think about Racer Royale, because we've been making such great progress. And actually, a fun little fact, I was going through my version control the other day. Woo! I have this software that takes version controls every time you want to save just a set of files or a folder and say, okay, if I ever want to roll back, we can just go back to that. And I was looking through it and I realized, oh my god, I've gone through like 30 different versions of this game, and to see how the progress markedly went for each one, how many different iterations of the physics I went through and the ray tracing, and now this whole thing. It's like, it's so nice to finally say, I have a game with a actually working car. It's like, there's basically nothing wrong with the driving now. It's just the physics of the thing, and everything is now tweakable. It's like, oh, finally, I have something I can build around. It's just such a relief. So, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I'm glad we're making good progress, and today we'll make even more. Specifically, we'll be working on the jump mechanics, the pitching. There is something going weird when I go over gaps. I think I know how to fix that, though. And we're going to be adding the second jump and boost features today. So, should be a lot of fun. Sorry you missed the Unity thing. Oh, don't worry, Hunter. Not to worry. The stream's always up there if you want to take a look at it. We went into a pretty good detail, so it's always up there. If you ever want to talk more about it, I'm here, ready to answer questions. Oh, and the next discussion on Saturday morning will be about mods. Should they be paid or should they be free? And I have a very strong opinion about this. It's just interesting how this whole debate fired up with Starfield. So I figured it'd be a good time to bring that on the podcast. But yeah, let's get to it. Car jumping, like Mario Kart. The best comparison I can make is Rocket League. That's basically what I'm aiming for in terms of the mechanics of it. I want to be able to allow the person to jump, easily control where they're jumping to, and have it just to be a very intuitive feature, but not to be so overpowered that it basically makes it not a racing game. You know what I mean? A soccer game, yeah, basically. Again, I say this a lot, but the whole idea for Racer Royale was, what if Rocket League was a racing game? It still astounds me that they haven't made that. You know, they have really great driving mechanics, and they don't make any racing out of it. Will it be for mobile or just PC? I'm going to try to make it available for all platforms, because I definitely want as many people to play it as possible. It'll be more difficult for mobile, because you have to implement a whole different control scheme, but so long as I plan that from the start, it should be fairly easy. Well, not easy, it should be straightforward. It'll just take more time. They should be paid for their game. Yeah, I agree. Mods... Well, devs definitely should be paid for the game, but for mods, it really does depend. I think most mods should be free. It's a healthy economy. But then there are some mods that are like, okay, I understand why you're charging for that. And then the argument becomes, okay, if you're charging for a mod, should the devs get a cut of that? And then it just becomes a whole thing. Including VR? That's probably not, Hunter. I've been thinking about that. And I honestly, I don't know how I would implement that. I would want to go to VR, but that's like a whole nother dimension of thinking. That would probably be last in line. So obviously PC first, consoles second, mobile third, and then VR. That's probably how I would order the design. And eventually I'll get to everything. Again, like I said, I want to be able to port it everywhere. But I also don't want to be just a game that's like, oh, you can play this in VR now, but it's just a game on a screen. You'd want to make it like an actual VR game, which would be very difficult, mind you, because the motion sickness in racing games is a really big concern. So it has to be small, right? It has to be for mobile. It has to be much more compressed, and the feature the biggest problem when it comes to porting to mobile is that phones just aren't consoles. Who would have thought? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start the music. I found this really great lo-fi yesterday. I'm gonna stick with it. If you guys have any suggestions for today, I am happy to do so. Just want some music in the background. So long as it's video game or non-copyrighted, that's the only limitation. There we go. Something for VR that make it absolutely disgusting. I had the idea for the player, make the person be first person in the actual driver's seat. It'd be garbage to play, but it would be funny. See, that's what I was thinking too, like the first person perspective. And that's the worry, because that's where the motion sickness kicks in, right? That's the most dangerous part. Even if you're playing a game like GTA, and you're in the first person mode, it's so easy to get motion sick. So that would definitely be a challenge. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Ah, my eyes. Okay. So today, we'll be focusing on jump features and being in the air and everything jump worthy. I have no idea why I put the car all the way up here. I think it was just for the screenshot. Let's put you back down, shall we? Man, this is a big area. When you have motion sickness, you know you've hit it. Oh God. Oh yeah, it has a camera perspective, doesn't it? Higher. There we go. Okay. So let me just make sure everything's working. Okay, so I'll just show off the feature I was talking about. You get to accelerate normally, and we'll have to tweak this a little bit, but the feature still works. Basically, you accelerate, and the faster you go, the slower you accelerate, and it tops out at around 300. But it still drives normally, it still turns and decelerates normally. It's perfect. So yeah, that feature works so well now. So currently, this is our jump feature. Just a little choo. I like the height, but I don't like the gravity. So this is actually something I was thinking about when I was doing falling stuff on, other tests. The car is taking too long to get back to the ground. So I definitely got to improve the gravity. Hopefully, all I have to do is increase the mass, and it should just fall faster and shouldn't affect anything else. But we'll see. Will you play any more Toy after Legendary thing? Oh yeah, absolutely. Because the new update's gonna come out, 1.4.5. There'll be a whole bunch of new stuff to do. Not to mention, doing all the hard stuff on Calamity, the ultimate run. But yeah. Terraria's not going anywhere. Plenty of stuff to do there. Okay. So let's take a look at Boxcar. Let's go to the body. And the first, I'm just going to mess with the gravity a little bit, or the mass. Let's increase it by 5-fold and see if that gives me the results I want without slowing me down. For Calamity, are you going to wait for the DOG rework? Oh yeah, for sure. Alright, this is what I was afraid of. Now the car is just heavier, so the suspensions are having to work twice as hard. So I guess what I really want to test is how How can I make my car fall faster without having to increase suspension force? I don't think I'll be able to get away with not increasing the suspension force. I think 5 is too much. Let's do 200. Appear to be clipped to the ground. Yeah. Unfortunately. Okay. So, am I accelerating normally? No, I'm definitely slower. I wanted to play Calamity for so long, for some reason my computer broke. Oh, that sucks. Sometimes when electronics just fail you, everything just... life sucks and... Okay. And that, you know, this makes sense, obviously. Right? Because, Huh? What do you mean not nice? Oh, I wasn't insulting you. I'm sorry. I was just saying that it sucks when people's computers go out. Man, how do I... I'm just thinking, I don't want... Scaling everything would be a real pain in the butt, but I don't think I can avoid it. Okay, I'm gonna do my jump and see how it works. Oh, good! That's good to hear. Let's see. That's better, honestly. It's the last time you went on the 100-degree... I actually go after the 180-degree ramp all the time. I usually do it to test whether my traction and pitch is working. Let's see if it works with increased gravity. Turn on after 5 months? Well, that's good. That's awesome. Man. Wish my computers were turned back on. My laptops, to be more specifically. Yeah, it's a bit too heavy. Okay, so... we're going to pivot with this. Acceleration force? Yeah, because acceleration speed is how this thing works, right? I've increased the gravity by a factor of 2. So let's increase acceleration by a factor of 2. Then we're going to go to max speed check. And our whole calculations... No, not here. Set acceleration. There we go. And all we have to do is increase this by a factor of 2, and the same system should work. Fingers crossed. Need permission? Okay, acceleration's working normally. That's good. Alright, let's try the loop again. I should really turn off those, Whoa! I keep forgetting those invisible ramps are there. Alley-oop! He's shaking, but he's got it! He's got it! Okay, good. Alright, good. So yeah, just increasing the scale with the gravity worked wonders. I'll probably do the same with the suspension force. Alright, let's go flying. Whee! Let's see. What do you think? Still too floaty? I still think it's too floaty. I think it just needs to fall faster. Because if you jump off a ramp, you shouldn't have to deal with being stuck in the air for like 5 seconds. Looks so laggy. Oh, I'm sorry. Is the feed coming through correctly? Or are you talking about your game? I just want to make sure you, anyone who's watching can tell what I'm doing. It's lagging. It's almost always a memory or processing issue. Yeah, screw it. Let's increase the gravity again. Let's go to a factor of 300. And then we just increase, oh, sorry, acceleration speed. This becomes 600 thou. Acceleration, control this amount. We'll have to increase the suspension, but otherwise I think we should be fine to test. Yeah. Okay, still speeding up, that's good. All I want to do is check the falling speed. Whee! Ow. It still doesn't want to fall that fast. I have no idea how to use Unity. Woo! Oh, crap. Heh! Heh! 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Okay, so that's still too floaty. So let's be bold. Let's go for that 500 we had before. We're going to stop going to practice set. We're going to increase the acceleration speed to 100. Oh, I guess this brings it to 1,000,000. Same with you. Now the scaling will probably not trigger for the speed, so more tweaking will be required. And then the suspension, we'll need to adjust that as well. There we are. For you, it looks laggy. Crap. I'm sorry, guys. Let me try something. I want to switch to a game capture instead of display capture. And we'll see if that goes a little better. So it'll do this weird thing where it goes to the windows. But it should process faster, hopefully. It's so confusing. Yeah, it could definitely seem overwhelming at first. Let me actually zoom in. I just realized. Probably can't see a thing. Can't read anything. Not too much. Okay, that should be good. Okay. So yeah, this can be a bit overwhelming, but basically the way to think about it is that these nodes each do something, and you just got to put them in the right order and connect them with each other, and they'll create a process for the game to run on. So for example, I'm saying set the acceleration of this car, and then I do some calculations here to get me a number. And then I'm printing that number. I'm actually not print that number on the screen anymore. And then that controls the speed of my car. And a whole bunch of other stuff. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of functions I've been creating. And you just do that over and over until you got a working game. Alright, so for the suspension, we're going to be increasing... What do we need to increase to make it push up harder? I think it's the spring coefficient. Yeah. So we increase this by 5. And of course the game capture is just going to jump all over the place. Compile. Let's test it. Okay. So if it's still laggy, let me know. Whee! Wow. Huh, that was actually exactly the same amount of time in the air as before. So I didn't actually change my... Woo! Now everything's going crazy. So the car is basically falling at the same rate. Oh boy! Ooh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. Okay, so basically everything we've been doing, there's no need to do it. How does this work again? Okay, so think of it as, they call them blueprints. Unreal Engine's whole system is called blueprints. So basically I have a box that I'm calling my car. That's my box there. And then I'm saying to this game, okay, when I do certain things, I want you to add force to it. Like if I press the W key, it's going to add the force of the car forward. It's smoother? Okay, good. We'll stick with this then. And then you do that for what happens if I press the A key, or the D key, or the S key. And then you put all these different numbers together to figure out, okay, how fast do you want to turn? How much do you go forward and backwards? And you just gotta go over every part of your system that you want, and then just set the criteria. It does take some practice. You gotta get used to working with the node system. But thankfully the node system is so much better than coding. So, try to put a collision with the ground to the negative, see if that works. Put the collision with the ground to the negative. Well, I think I know what you mean. So instead of just trying to make the car fall faster, I should pull it faster to the ground. Alright, let's set the acceleration back to where it was. 200k. Check is also 200k. And then we're going to put the car back to 100. The landing might be smoother. Oh, I see what you mean. The landing does need a little work, but right now I'm focusing on the falling because he's in the air too long. I've got to get the car to fall faster towards the ground. So I think I need to set my own gravity, which should be simple enough. So we'll go to the car, and we're just going to add a function called add gravity. It's just that simple. Man, I hate the way Unreal and OBS work together. You can't even see anything. It's annoying. You know what? I'm gonna try window capture. Oh no, window capture freezes up, so that's why I didn't use that. But, okay, add gravity. So we're going to add a constant force to the body. So basically we're going to be constantly pushing it. We wanted to push it down. Being two of the people in the stream right now. Indeed! The usual 3 people who stick around for dev streams. So now the question is, how strong should the force be? Okay, so we're going to go to you. So we need to have it constantly be falling downwards in the world space. So doing it relatively won't work this time. We need the force to always be pointed downwards. So let's get world get world down. Down vector, no. Down vector down. There. Okay, so the force will always be pushing it downwards. And then we have to determine how strong that vector should be. Do you think the Queen Bee from Don't Starve together and Terraria are the same? I've actually never met the Queen in Don't Starve together. Or, because I haven't played Don't Starve or Don't Starve together very much. So unfortunately I have no frame of reference. I would assume no, because I think those games operate differently in terms of the Queen. Force. Oh no, that's... No, I want it to hit the car straight in the middle. I want the vector to be multiplied by a float. I don't want to multiply by another. There we go. No. How do I increase this force? I could do it here. Float. There we go. Okay. So we're going to multiply this vector by 10. We're going to constantly push the car down. And we're going to do it at the same location that we do all of our other forces. Which in this case is... I just realized how messy I made this. Get world location with the body. Got it. Correct, they aren't. Bam! Okay, and I was guessing on that, so that's good. Okay, so get world location. Please and thank you. Alright, so that'll be where we push the car, and that should do it. That's everything we needed. It's not pretty, but it'll work. So now the question is how strong should the force be? Because increasing the suspension force is not my favorite idea. Not to mention, maybe I should only have it trigger when it's in the air. Let's test it. Let's see how it works normally. Alright, so I have a normal moving car. Turning normally. Let's see how fast I accelerate. It's a tad slower than usual, but it's not bad. Still reaching that maximum. Who's still printing a string to my screen? I gotta that. All right, now let's go for the jump. Okay, the car should fall to the ground faster if this worked. It was about the same. Ten's probably too low. Increase to a factor of 100 over the ramp. Too light. I want to increase until I get a reaction. If you can, could you possibly teach me how to use Unity? I would love to teach you how to make games and to use game engines. However, there are a couple problems with that. First and foremost, I actually haven't used Unity in like 5-7 years, kind of that time frame. I stick exclusively with Unreal Engine now. Second, tutorials that you can find on YouTube would probably be way more helpful than anything I could teach you. Because while I know how to use Unity, I'm not an expert. I haven't been using it for years, so my experience would be anecdotal at best. However, I am always willing to answer questions and help out where I can. But I would recommend finding like a good YouTube channel that goes through like a full breakdown of how to make a Unity game from start to finish. There's quite a few out there. In fact, I think there's one I used to watch all the time. Let me see if I can remember his name. Like Unity Guru or something. What was your name? Oh no, that was Blender Guru. Sorry. Oh, Brackeys. There you go. Brackeys. Brackeys. He has a great tutorial series. So if you want to get started with Unity, I just recommend going through his series, just getting used to it. He's got great stuff. And it's all for beginners, so it should help out tremendously. And naturally, if you have any questions or need clarification, I'd be happy to help. All right, let's see if 1,000 gets me the reaction I'm going for. Whee! Because I think I see a reaction, I just can't prove it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it is shorter, it's just not significantly shorter. So I sincerely hope that increasing this number is getting a reaction. Otherwise, I'm just wasting my time. Because gravity is important in this situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think that confirms that I don't think I'm having an effect. So let's just max that out crazy high and see if I get a reaction. I don't think I am. No, it's the same thing. Yeah. Okay, so why isn't it firing off? Maybe this just doesn't work as a concept. I mean, I can change its direction. Why can't I increase its amount? So I look at this, I get the vector of where the car is, I multiply it by a force. I multiply again by acceleration speed. And then I feed that in. So I'm not sure why that wouldn't work. Add gravity. Oh, you know what it is? I'm an idiot. I forgot to actually say, do the function, add gravity. Oh, the simple things in life. You forget to actually turn on the thing you made. Oh, for the love of God. Okay, so let's try that again. Hee hee. Now let's go. 10's probably too low, but again, gotta start over. Gotta see how strong of a force we're dealing with here. Okay, too light. Because I was thinking, it should be affecting my suspensions because it's a downward push. The fact that I wasn't getting any response is like, okay. I think I felt something that time, but again, it's too hard to tell yet. Whee! Really? Even now? Okay. Let's keep going. Fall, you fool. I wonder why it's not going down faster. 100 now. Let's see if it works. Let's go for it. Hey, Lizardverse, how's it going? You get to see my car falling over and over again. It's stellar gameplay. Oh, finally we got a reaction. Oh, it finally fell faster. Oh my god. So 100k, that's what we needed, huh? I'm doing great. The progress is actually coming along beautifully. Alright, so let's test it at higher speed. Okay, we still need to figure out that pitch correction issue. Ah, but that fall was so much better. Okay. See, that's what I was looking for. Just a soft 3-ish seconds and it should just fall where it's going. Spending 10 seconds in the air is no fun for anyone. Alright, can I still make it up loops? Oh, I'm having some trouble. Oh, buddy, couldn't make it. I needed more speed. Okay. So now we probably are going to have to create criteria for when that downward push happens. Let's look at this. Even at full speed, I couldn't make the full loop. So, thankfully, I have a built-in check already. To see if my vehicle is in the air. And don't mind OBS just freaking out. I swear I'm doing things. This would be version 32. I'd say we are getting awfully close to multiplayer testing. Because after I get the physics done, the next step is race mechanics, which is then AI mechanics, which is the bots, and then multiplayer gets to test. So, thankfully we're getting close to that. Just gotta fix a couple things first and foremost. Ooh. was wondering, is there any games you could suggest to me that I might like that are free on Steam? Free on Steam, huh? I don't know of any... I can't think of any right now. Let me think. I haven't suggested games in a while. Don't do Overwatch or Counter-Strike 2. That's a waste of time. Apex Legends, that's a good one. If you're into multiplayer games, Team Fortress 2. To be fair, that one's pretty broken right now. You might actually want to hold off on that. The old Star Wars: The Old Republic, if you like MMORPGs. Let's see. Let's go through the list real quick and see if anything stands out. Oh, that's right. RuneScape. It's all MMORPGs. There is no game. That's a fun one. Just a puzzle solver. Sims 4, if you're into that. Yeah, all the free-to-play games are like the live service games, which I wouldn't recommend. Brawlhalla, fighting game, that might be fun. Unfortunately, I don't know that many free-to-play games, so unfortunately I can't recommend very many. Alright, anyway. So, this will only happen when I'm in the air. And the in-air check happens as soon as I leave the ground. It should start pushing me down. So I should be able to make this loop, no problem. Indeed, no issue here. And I should still fall normally when I go off this ramp. Let's see, Fall Guys? I mean, I love Fall Guys. I don't know if that's free to play, though. I think it went free to play. I mean, I personally love Fall Guys. Perfect. It works. I love it when things work the first time. That's why our mobile's $5. For some reason, the PC version is 10. What the actual heck? It's probably because the mobile version has less features. It's that thing we were talking about earlier. The mobile versions are shrunken down versions of the real game. That's probably why. That and to entice as many people to play on mobile as possible. Don't mind me, I want to take a quick bite here. Okay, next problem. When my car goes off a ledge, it is pitch correcting to like flat. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant to say I know why it's doing that. It's just annoying that I have to deal with it. Okay, this is... Oh. Anyway. Let me see if I can replicate it. I think it's when I let go of the W key and fall off that things go bad. Oh no, maybe not. I know this was happening earlier. Let me see if I can consistently make it happen. Okay, so that's just... Because what should be happening is that I don't like it when the natural physics take over and cause the car to flip in the air. So I said halt all physics of the car and just let the rotation freeze so that the player can determine how the car should fall. So you have control in the air. But I think this is causing an issue. Yeah, right there. Did you see that? It shot down a couple of inches. Because what it's doing is that when I have the W button down, letting go, boom, shuts back down. So long as I have the W button down, I have a function that is grabbing my rotation of the car and feeding it into a variable called last rotation. And then when I officially go into the air, it says car is in the air, it's saying lock to last rotation so that it doesn't go spiraling through the air, and then it allows it to control the car normally. However, the oversight that I created was this should happen regardless of the W button is down. So let me see where I set last rotation and just go from there. Pitch shifting, aerial check. It's gotta be aerial check. Yeah, okay. Checks to see if I'm in the air or not. This top half is the one I'm after. Are you in the air? Yes. Is the W button down? Yes or no? If it is, I'm going... And then I check for, is front aerial approved? If it is, then I say aerial is activated and then set last rotation to get world rotation. Oh, but this is setting the world rotation. I don't think that's what I wanted. Set relative rotation. It's gotta be here. Yeah. Is it this function again? I hate this function so much, dude. Am I still using pitch shifting? Yeah, it's still active. God dang, okay. This one's been giving me some trouble. I almost cut this one entirely, but I realized I had to keep it up because it was doing so much control for my pitch, but now it's causing an issue where it is straight up saying, okay, as soon as you go off a cliff, set it to the last relative rotation. And that's technically correct. So the issue is, when is the last rotation set incorrectly? So actually, I shouldn't have to touch this. I think it's actually this. Actually, Mobile Terraria has everything that the PC version has other than mods. Huh, okay. So why would it be $5 cheaper? Different market? I mean, how likely would you be to buy a $10 game on a phone? That's gotta be it. Like a different market. I used to do on my computer was play games like FNF, the worst game on earth. Are you talking about Friday Night Funk, Five Nights at Freddy's, or something else? Friday Night Funkin', I think. Friday Night Funk? Is that what it's called? Oh, my headphone just died. Hold on, gotta switch out. Ooh, it's dark. Don't mind the hat hair. Ugh. Switching headphones. One of my headphones stopped working on my original set, so I only wear one headphone at a time. But the right one stopped working. It stopped connecting to the computer. So now, once that headphone goes out, I have to switch to a whole nother set of earphones. It's so annoying. Anyway. Okay. So this last rotation is only being set when the W button when I let go of the W button, this is the only place they set last rotation. No, doing it here as well. Last thing I do, I turn these off. Not that one though. I left that one on. That one makes sense though. That is to correct the last rotation after it's correcting my rotation. It's definitely this one. So let's go through the series of events. Going through the ramp, got the W button down. I let go of the W button. I go off the ramp. Technically, I'm in the air. True. W button is not up, so it's false. S button is not being pressed, that's false. So aerial's not activated, and I'm not in the air. What? Why would I turn in-air off? Friday Night Funkin'. Oh, okay. I figured as much. That was a recent phenomenon. Everyone got real excited about that game. Friday Night Funkin'. I've never liked the games that were like you have to press the arrow keys, because I sucked at them. I was never any good at those. So you can imagine my frustration that the hottest new game was one of those games for a little while. I'm almost certain that this is where it's going wrong. When I let go of the W button, it should not be setting the rotation to where it was when I let go of the W button. I'll have to test it. Alright, so ignore what's happening on the screen. Let's watch and see if last rotation is ever set. Didn't work. Huh, never went off. So this isn't the problem. Okay. And that's... There's literally only one other location where last rotation is set, and it's here. This one isn't going off. This one is. So let's do another simulation. So if this is firing off just before I get off the ramp, we know this is the problem. Oh, hold on. I have a theory. What if the issue is that the first last rotation is wrong, and everything after that is just fine? Woo! See, when I hold the W button down, nothing happens. So I'm gonna let go. Too soon. Good test to see if my backwards acceleration is working. It is! Okay. Most of the mods are just spam. Huh. Did you notice that? Holding forward was not as effective as stopping my car as just letting it die. I wanted to fix that. Anyway. Go. Still. Happens twice. It's like it's stuck to a certain debug. You know what I mean? Woo! I want to test something. I want to try to get back in without pressing my debug key. I want to see if the rotation is... Oh, okay. Forgive my sloppiness? Okay. So we're gonna do the jump again. We're gonna see if it happens again. So I want to see if it's just the first rotation that's bad. No, it's not. Okay. So it is a consistent problem. Okay, so I don't know what's causing this problem. This is a weird instance. I'm only going into this line if all the wheels are down, but then it says all my suspensions aren't touching the ground. Huh? Oh, this is the half and half. I see the problem. Anyway. So it's got to be here. So let's watch this one. Same thing. There it is. That is indeed the problem. So, when the car goes into the air, and the first jump has not been activated, sets the relative rotation based on the last rotation, which we just saw is only being edited in like 2 instances. One of which isn't firing off, and the other one which is just plain old never worked. Because this one only fires off in the very specific instance of in air, W button has been pressed, front area has been approved, set last rotation. Or, in the air, W button has not been pressed, but the S button has been pressed, set the last rotation. And that makes sense, because when I'm rotating the car, I want to constantly update the last rotation and just set it to that. But the problem is, when I jump off a ramp, it's defaulting to the original last rotation, which is based on the last time it's touching a surface, with the W button down. It should just be constantly updating the last rotation if I'm touching the ground. Let's see if that works. Let's just create a new function. We're going to create a function called last rotation set, or let's just call it set last rotation on ground. So basically, I'm going to check if any of the suspensions are touching the ground. Which basically means is air is false. Crap. In air. If this is false, then you can fire off. You can set last rotation based on body world rotation. There we are. That should work. So long as I'm on the ground, the last rotation should just be updating constantly. It shouldn't be only happening in a certain set of circumstances where I'm pressing the button. Huh. I recognize that one. Okay. So let's see if this works. It shouldn't cause a problem with me turning the car. It shouldn't cause me a problem going up on loops. Because why would it? So long as I'm touching the ground, there should be no issues. Okay, let go of speed there. No problems. Woo! Okay. Now, let's test the ramp. Bam! Dude, worked like a charm. Are you kidding me? Oh, that was beautiful. Solved that problem, no issue. Okay, we're done with the pitching issue, we're done with the gravity issue. Now on to the fun stuff. So should we do the jump or the boost first? Great, let's do the boost. I've been waiting to do a boost forever. Alright, so we need a boost button. What should that button be? At least on a PC. Shift? Shift. Let's do shift. Alright, we just have to be sure that that's the button that is set. Input. Boost is set to the left mouse button. Okay. Let's add another one. Keyboard left shift. Boom. Okay. Left mouse button's not a bad idea. But for now, I want this to be an option as well. So, go ahead, save all. Okay, so now we have the button set up. And now we're going to create a function called boost car. Okay, this should be an easy one. This straight up is like, add speed to the car. So how should we handle this? Should I add just another force to the car, or should I increase the acceleration force? No, we gotta add another force to the car straight up. Because the acceleration force shouldn't get bigger because the car is suddenly going faster. It should get another force on top of its driving force. That's mechanically how that should work. Okay. So we're going to copy all this good stuff. Oh, sorry. My eyes are burning. So mostly what all this is doing is saying, I want you to accelerate my car in the forward direction based on whatever surface I'm on. That was the point of this whole thing. But here's the catch. The boost should activate whenever I press it, so we don't need any of these branches telling me otherwise. Rather, we just need a straight up add force to location, and then we just need to calculate all of these. Which I think this is all. It's been a while since I've built this function, so I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. Okay. So, add relative force. Add force. At location. There we go. For the body, naturally. Okay. So let's check out this branch and try and wrap our heads around it. So I'm taking the bumper component from the front, which is basically a laser that I'm shooting from the front of my car. I'm saying, okay, you've hit a surface. I want you to check that against the front suspension vector. So the front suspension vector is the combination of my front two suspensions and then combining those together to create kind of an average suspension. So if the surface that is directly in front of me is equal to this vector, is not true, then you can add the force. So I think what it's telling me is that if because these two suspensions are pointed down. If the ground I'm hitting at, if they were the same, then I want you to do one of these instead. This one's checking the back. Boy, I'm not gonna lie. Can't wrap my head around this. Let me see which of these are activating at any time. Just so I know. So the main one is... So I wonder what those other forces are. Honestly don't know. I created branching paths for my acceleration. I don't know what for. Because it's working on my loop. I'm gonna fall. Oh no, I made it. Nice. Let's hit a wall. I'm not sure. I created a what if scenario, but I'm not entirely sure what that what if scenario is. So let's just not even worry about it. So let's just apply the forward vector of my car. Oh, sorry. So we don't need that, don't need that, don't need these, don't need to project it. Basically, we're just multiplying this by a force. So this is where we're going to create a new variable called boost force. Or maybe boost acceleration. Let's call it boost acceleration. So it's similar to my my other feature. This is a float. Cool. So we're going to get the forward vector of the car. We're going to multiply this by our boost acceleration. And then we're going to feed that towards our car. And then we're just going to get the world location. Boom. And then we'll just set this to... It's got to be significant. Let's do half of my regular speed. Yeah. Boost car. Cool. So when this is active... We are boosting the car. So we'll also constantly need to be checking for... We're going to do the same thing here that we did for acceleration. We're going to constantly decrease it based on how fast we're going. But for now, let me just see that the first part's working. That pressing this button makes the car go faster. So I'm driving, pressing the boost key. Nothing's happening. It's not going any faster. make sure this is actually firing off. Oh, I get it. It's only happening once. I need it to be continuous. How do I make it continuous? I don't actually know. Input is left shift down. Yeah, but I need an event that does that. Input action. Just boost. How strange. Let's see. I can answer. Unreal Engine. Event for when key is down. Down event. And Unreal Engine has the worst documentation. Is held down. Maybe it's... No, it's not release, because press just makes the most sense. While loop. Do I really have to do that? I guess I do. Is shift down? No, is left shift down. Current value of the input pin is invalid. What? What are you talking about? It's just... It's just the input of the player. What? Racing game? I don't know. Really? I have to go through all this just to figure out how to do a continuous press. That's so silly. Continue the research. Oh my god, I have to do it like this, don't I? That's so dumb. Alright, I have to create a Boolean. Is left shift down. This seems like an unnecessary step. It really does. Okay, so set is left shift down to true. Set is left shift down to false. They both go in here. And then we're going to grab is left shift down and test that against the loop. This is so dumb. There should just be a function for is the button being held down. Just a feature where Unity is superior, I suppose. But this should work as intended. Okay. Hold on. This is going to loop infinitely. Because it would loop forever when the left shift button was down. And it'll never detect when it goes out. Oh, I have to rebuild it again. Okay. Okay. Maybe I just say at the end of boost car, left shift is down. That way it doesn't loop. Set it to false. That wouldn't work though, because that would instantly leave the loop, right? Yep. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna save everything. I want to see if my fear was founded with the while loop. I'm pretty sure it is. This is probably going to crash. But let's see. And And it crashed. Yeah, okay. God dang it. Okay. Such a dumb way for this to be done! Okay, so... that's not helpful. Bindings. No, that doesn't help. Okay, when the button is pressed, I need you to say, is left shift button is down. Do I really need to tie this to an event ticker? Because that seems like a bad idea. But I'll try it. I can't... oh, it's all the way up there. Okay. That's right, I can't make more than one. So I made multiple rows. Okay, so... with the event ticker, we are going to be checking we're going to be running boost car every frame. But in boost car, we're going to be checking to see if the button is down. Seems excessive. We'll be checking for this every frame. If it's true, then boost the car. If it's not true, don't do anything. And as soon as it's released, the shift is corrected anyway. So I won't be able to go in regardless. Okay, I'll probably add more for fuel and whatnot, but that works. That should work. Let's test it. Alright, holding it down. Yep, it's working. That's a boost. Going far beyond my limits. Left shift is working, left mouse is working. Yay! And naturally it has no limit, so it just keeps going. Excellent. Okay. So now the question becomes, how big should we make the boost? And how do we limit it? First feature... oh, excuse me. It should be like Rocket League. There should be like a boost gauge that is filled up. Before we get to fuel, the question is, do we want the speed of a boost to be capped? Ooh, that's an interesting question. Okay, so let's say Boost acceleration's pretty significant, but I can only activate it for a couple seconds. How would that look? First, it's gotta feel like a boost. Okay, you'll notice that I don't go back down to my max at any point. So let's boost again. Super fast boost, turning it off. You notice I'm still going fairly fast for a while. Well, I can lose that speed pretty significantly. Couple questions we need to answer. How long should we be able to boost? How fast should we be able to boost? Should we cap the boost speed? And how fast should the speed drop off after it's turned off? Interesting questions. You should only be able to activate it for a max of 5 seconds, depending on your gauge. That would be max. I think the boost shouldn't be capped because it's just a free boost. Oh no, but let's think of extreme situations. In situations where a person manages to get multiple boosts, they should not be able to reach like 1,000 miles per hour, right? At least I don't think they should. The goal, if you want to keep boost going, you should still be capped at a certain speed. Okay, so we need to cap the boost speed to a certain amount. So we're going to do the same thing for it that we did with acceleration. We're going to limit it based on our current speed. We'll take a few more calculations than normal, but otherwise should be the same functionality. So, new function, set boost. Okay, so we're going to copy the stuff from acceleration. Put this over here. Just work off of that. Alright, instead of acceleration speed, it'll be boost acceleration. That'll be the function we set. What is the print string that's going off right now? I don't actually know where it is. There you are. Boost acceleration is 300k. We want to do basically the same thing here. We want to limit how much the car speed allows you to boost. So it should only cap at a certain amount. But the factor is going to be different. Excuse me. I think it's too low right off the bat. We won't know until we go for it. So let's just start the car outside. Let's see. Well, let's just see how far the car will go normally, and then we'll boost. There's another thing we have to take into mind is that the faster we go, the more the boost is affected. So what happens if you boost at max speed? You should still be able to go faster. I'm gonna aim for 100 miles per hour. 400 should be our quote-unquote max. And boost. Going faster. Seems to be topping out around 383. Yeah. Okay. Actually a lot closer than I thought. Interesting. So in order to make it go a little farther, we need to make this a tiny bit larger. Okay. I'm gonna max out again. This is another thing. I want to make it so that the speed hits 300 a little easier than this. It shouldn't be that difficult to hit 300. So right now it's really struggling to get to that higher level. I need to create like a curve along the same values that I have. Okay, we're at max and boost. Oh no, I actually lowered it, I think. Oh, no, it's roughly the same. I thought the decimals would be more. It's a bit of a larger gap than I thought. And I'm going the wrong direction. So 13.5, let's try that. Let's dial this sucker in. Another thing that's pretty frustrating is that the car speed is not being calculated smoothly. Something about it's just not working, because when I calculated via the blueprint, dead on. But when I calculated in my BP boxcar, the values are jumping by quite a bit, and I'm not sure why. And boost. Okay, this should get me to 390 easy. Oh, even that wasn't enough. Still, I'm definitely in the ballpark, which is good. So 0.5 got me to about 5 more. So I need to be at least 13, I think. How would I create a curve with this? Like, I want the car to accelerate like a plateau curve. Because here it's linear. I think. No, it's a curve. I just need to increase the curve, and I don't know how to do that. Excuse me. Let's try it out. Because looking at the timer, it takes about 30 seconds to get to 300. It should be closer to 20, I think. So I'll need to sharpen that up a bit. 31, 32, 33, 35 seconds to get to 100. It should definitely be smaller than that. All right, boost. Doing great, Blizzard. We're making super progress here. I'm actually working on the boost right now. Just honing it in. Oh, we're so close. 97. I need 3 more miles per hour to hit 400 even. Okay. So 12.9? Let's do 12.9. Okay. Hit the max of 300. We also need to figure out how to shorten the time it takes to get to max speed. I'm trying to figure out how to do that without messing up my coding. Because I wanted to cap at 300. And with what the math we have right now is the faster the car goes, the lesser the acceleration force is. So eventually, the acceleration just becomes 0 once it hits 300. And boost. Yes, the boost should only last at max 5 seconds, but I also want to make it so that, like, let's say you're like collecting boost along a track, what's the cap for that boost in terms of speed? So that's the thing I'm working on right now. Oh, it's so, and I want it to be even numbers. You know, 300 being your natural speed, 400 is with boost. That's kind of what I'm going for. Oh, so close. 12.75. I'm just trying to think of the math in my head. How do I make it end up with the same result, but faster? How do I make the curve more curvy on this graph? How do I increase the rise? I have to increase the rate at which car speed is identified, but that's what the multiplier is for. Alright, max speed, boost. Hit me some 400. And then what I'm going to do with the boost is that there'll be natural boost refills along the track. But I was also thinking of a mechanic that where when cars collide with each other, they drop boosts, and anyone behind them can collect the boosts for a little bit of extra juice. Wow, it's so close to 400. Oh, give it to me! Oh, it doesn't want to reach it! Okay, it needs just a little bit more, 12.7. Alright, because implementing a implementing a limit in terms of time should be very simple. And you should be able to activate it while in the air. I think that's how I set up the system. Is this a way to help people refine? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Because F099 has a brilliant mechanic that every time you knock into other players, it's dropping orbs that players in the back can pick up, and if they pick up enough of them, they get to take the shortcut track, which helps them catch up with the people in front. So it makes it so that everybody is in the race at all times. And it's an easy enough mechanic to understand. Now, I wouldn't be able to do the alternative track method, but the boost method should work just fine. Because if a person gets far enough behind, they shouldn't be doomed. Oh, it just barely wants to reach 400. Test. Because the people in front, they're good enough that people boosting from behind shouldn't be too much of a handicap. It's a good way to keep everyone in the race. Especially the more you scale it up, the harder it is for people in the back to win. So you definitely want to create an equalizer. Boost. Go on, hit that 400 for me. I just need to know what the value is. That's what I'm aiming for. Come on, come on. Wow, it's really fighting me on this. I mean, there's 400. I'll take it. Bot not work? No, it should. Should. Streamlabs not tune in for some reason. Huh. I don't think it did. Well, let me fix that. Chat ball. Why is it turned off? Yeah, it turned itself off. That's so annoying. Okay, hopefully it should be working now. Sorry about that. I guess when I get logged out of Streamlabs, it just turns everything off, which is dumb, but whatever. At some point it should connect with the chat. Okay, so hopefully that works. Anyway. Alright, so now I've got the number. Now the question becomes... how do I make this accelerate faster? It is working now. Okay, lovely. So the goal is I needed to reach the number faster at the same curve, at an accelerated curve, but with the same result. Because I want the speed of the car to be like a plateau, like a curve graph that plateaus right at the top here. So how do I increase... how do I increase the curve without messing up what I have? Because right now, getting those last few meters per second is just, Oh! mother. Woo. My alerts are turned all the way up. It scared the crap out of me. You want me to eat something? You want me to eat the fries? The fries! Okay, let's get a big old collection. Okay, let's not die. Let's not do that. Okay, let's do this. Oh, no. Oh. Whew. Okay, back to it. I just had an idea. Let's test this on our normal speed. We're gonna clamp this. We don't want it to go above 200k, right? Because that's the maximum it can go. But now we can control how fast we get to 300 using the same method. So I could double this without worrying about the curve. Let's try that. 13.9, let's remember that just in case. I can always go back if I need. Because it'll allow me to increase this value and still land at that plateau I wanted. Let's try it out. Ooh, if anything, I'm accelerating slower. Oh, right. Duh. I don't want it to be a bigger number. I want it to be a smaller number. Like 10. Because it's dividing. There we go. Let's try it again. Oh, there we go. Good acceleration. Keeps going, keeps going. And that should stop right around 300. What? Why didn't it stop? A? How many mechanics are we at? Okay, so we've got the jump, which is already featured. It's already working. We just need to tweak it a little bit. Probably just make it jump a little higher. We got the second jump. Flip is already created, so that's good. We're working on the boost right now. I have the magnet feature, which should allow it to hang upside down and just be able to drive on any surfaces that are magnetized. Destruction. If you hit something fast enough or hard enough, your car should be destroyed. Though I don't know about this feature, because I think it should only be other cars that could destroy you. So that we'll work on that one. What's another one? I don't know if we're adding any others than that. I think that's literally it. I mean, we might create power-ups. That's always been a consideration, but these are the core mechanics that we're focusing on right now. So we're actually pretty close to having all the main mechanics created. Okay, so... interesting. I'm going to see what's happening here. I don't need to watch you right now. I'm looking at my print string numbers. And it's approaching 200K. And it never goes over. Which means that the number I found wasn't 200K. To stop this acceleration. Really? Alright, so 13.9 again. Feed that in. Is there a way to increase the font size? I could barely see it. No? Pff, fine. I think most of the development will be on the designing maps and stuff. Oh yeah. For sure. Designing maps and creating the courses will be the thing that takes the most time. Because once the mechanics are in place, then what matters is creating the race mechanics, then the multiplayer mechanics, then you get to the courses. Because you need to design courses that take full advantage of all of your mechanics. And that'll take time, because there's no shortcut to designing the courses. Right? You can't make those until the car is in its final state. And making courses that are fun, exciting, and, you know, take advantage of all that, that takes time. You know, because I've got a lot of ideas, but it'll take a while to implement them. So, not to mention I'll have to create a stage maker feature, which will be its own challenge. So, alright, let's do it. Let's see what value I am approaching when I make my car peter out at 300 miles per hour. Because it's becoming negative, which baffles me. Is that really what's happening? I'll take a screenshot. Okay. RACER will have some minigame elements. Oh, definitely minigames. That's the other thing. I have to create minigames that works with these mechanics. Sumo is a great idea. I love that idea. Car sumo? Let's do that. Okay. Ah, my eyes hurt. So it does become negative at some points. Huh. Okay, so I underestimated this by quite a bit. I thought... You know what the problem is? It's freaking car speed, man. For some reason, I cannot calculate car speed to be a stable variable. It's driving me up the wall. Because it keeps jumping around like a freaking monkey. Oh, I don't want to do a tangent right now. Everything was working so nicely. Everything still is working nicely. But I can't ignore this. It's throwing a wrench in my plans. So what about this is creating havoc? I want to turn off print string for a bit. Because I'm going to see what the deal with these are. Because something's going screwy, and I don't know what it is. Because when I calculate this in the speedometer, it's so nice and clean. But I calculate this over here and it goes haywire. I don't know why. Delta seconds is set every tick. And then set forward speed is one of the first things that I calculate. Okay. So first thing is our final result, which is car speed. That'll be green. That's after all the calculations have happened. We're going to get the delta seconds here. We'll make that blue. We'll get the vector length here. Vector length, we'll make that pink. Then we've got the vectors being calculated. We'll make this yellow. Now we're going to make another one where we calculate the vectors after we divide by 1, just to see if it does in fact make a difference. Which I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It'll make that red. Is there anything else we've missed? I mean, I guess I could get actor location and previous location as well. Screw it. I might as well. I'm doing everything anyway. I just need to figure out which of these values is being so temperamental. Because something is going horribly wrong with this calculation. Okay, so my current location all times is white. And my previous location will be... Let's make that dark blue. Alright, let's calculate. Let's see how it works. What other minigames can we implement? We've got capture the flag. We've got capture the flag, move the ball, soccer, obstacle courses, demolition derby, collectible race, kind of like a circus event. Try to jump through as many rings as you can. Climb the mountain, king of the mountain, probably we call that. There's a couple ideas. We could keep going, but looking at these numbers, yellow and red should always be the same. then... Blue and white should never be the same unless I'm stopped. It's hard to read the dark blue. Our final result is green, which is 0, which is good. What's blue again? Delta seconds. That's our processing rate, our render rate. Maybe that's the problem. Because when I'm rendering the speedometer and the car, they're operating under very different conditions. I'm going to take a random screenshot of this. It's laid out very nicely. Okay, let's take a look. We'll switch to display capture for a second, so you guys can see this as well. Okay. So first check. Red should be the difference between these two. These should always be different, which means we should always have a value for red that's not ridiculous and not 0 while movement. That's working. The Z is obviously 0 because I'm not going up and down. Difference in X and Y, very obvious. The second check is if the divide by 1 makes a difference. And looking at these different values, they don't. Which confirms what I probably already knew. So the blue is the delta second, which is different in every single calculation. Pink, what is pink again? Pink is... remember. The vector length. Okay. So this is the length. This is how fast the car is going. I'm already seeing a problem. Here it's 214. Here it's 122. Here it's 159. And here it's 183. How can I have such different values of the vector length on a car that's going straight? Oh my god, this is the issue. Because the delta seconds is not changing by a large enough value to make that much of a difference, I don't think. But how can the vector length should be increasing at a consistent rate, and yet it's not. So I get a different vector length, which probably on average is increasing, but it's still jumping all over the place. So this straight up does not matter. Get rid of that. It's in my way. So, is the red increasing at a consistent rate? That's an interesting point. So, we start at 64x. We're at 112x. We're at 67x. Then 89. Then 77. Then 59. What? Okay, white is where we always are. 171,758. 171,870. 938, 172, 027, 027 to 105, 165. Okay, white is increasing correctly. And so is blue, because blue is always equal to the previous one, as it should be. But the vector is not changing consistently. I suppose that I shouldn't be surprised by that, because my speed is so inconsistent. Because what I should be seeing is the x's being very close to one another, the x's and y's, and then therefore the pinks being super close to each other, but increasing in a general direction. But that's not what's happening at all. It's jumping everywhere. So there is a flaw in this logic. We have to determine what that flaw is. Get the actor location, subtract the previous location. And then I turn that into a vector length. I wonder... Is this a mistake? Because this part makes complete sense. You take where the car currently is and you subtract it from where it was last tick. Where is previous location set? I believe it's set every tick. Yeah, every tick. The last thing I do on every tick is set the previous location. So that's all. One of the first things I do is set the speed based on previous location, and the very last thing I do is set the previous location. The only thing I do before that is check if the wheels are down, and that doesn't affect this in the slightest. So there should be no reason that this is incorrect. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Both of those values are increasing correctly. And the reason that these numbers are so bizarre is because the increase in speed is so erratic. So maybe there's a feedback problem happening. Vector length. Returns the length of the vector. Because this is a set of 3 numbers in vector math. The difference in x, y, and z. I then take the length of that vector. If I were to draw it in 3D space, how far apart are those 2 points? I then divide that by the delta seconds, which, looking at it, those are pretty inconsistent too, but they are closer together. 0.019, 0.011, 0.015, 0.013. Even if I did have a consistent vector, is it the delta seconds that's ruining everything? Because one thing has to be upsetting the balance here. Because if the delta seconds is throwing off the calculation, that would explain why it just keeps getting more and more jumbled as it goes faster. Because every incorrect calculation makes the next one even worse. Because now I'm accelerating differently than I should, creating a longer or shorter vector, which throws off the vector length, which is then hit with another delta second, and then we get a weirder version. Because, I mean, look at this. How could I have a difference in speed between 2 frames of over 10,000 units? And that's not even the most drastic I've seen. Here's another test. I'm gonna turn off the print strings for this. We're gonna go to speedometer, and we're gonna do the same thing on these guys. There you are. We're gonna print the string of how we calculate this speed. Because I have got to know where the differences in the calculation are coming from. Hopefully you can print string from a speedometer. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay. Because unless I figure this out, my calculations for boost are never going to be precise. Okay, so first thing, final result. Green. Vector length. Pink. Result of the vectors, which is red. Delta seconds, which is blue. Current location at all times. That's white. And then finally, the previous location, which we're going to make yellow because we couldn't read that last time and we don't need dark blue. Okay. File, test. Let's see what we get. So accelerate to about the same place. Take a picture. And let's take a look. Okay. Oh, it set the final value to blue instead of green. Just ignore that. Okay. So look at this. The pink is so consistent here. 98, 98, 113, 113, 110, 110, 123, 123. It's so much more consistent here. Let's look at the red vector. 80, 80, 72, 72, 74, 74, 64, 64. It's so much more consistent. Delta seconds, 0.011, 0.011, 0.0106, 106. The delta seconds are repeating themselves. Oh man, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. It's the delta seconds. The delta seconds is throwing off the calculation. Because when I calculate it on the speedometer side, it's nice and clean because there's not much to process here, so the delta seconds aren't being thrown off. But when I calculate it in the game for the blueprint of the car, it's got so much more to render, so the delta seconds are just all over the place. And that throws off every calculation. So, but delta seconds is the only way to calculate time in a real-time environment, because if you count by seconds, it'll be different calculations for every individual. Oh no. So what happens if I don't divide by delta seconds? I just divide by 1. Obviously the number will be a lot bigger. No, I guess it'd be a lot smaller, huh? So let's not divide by delta seconds. Let's just divide by an equally small number. In this case, 0.01. That seemed to be the average value of the speed of delta seconds. Look how gross that is. It's so bad. Look how much it's jumping around. So what's changing so drastically then, if it's not delta seconds? One more screenshot. Because look at that, the vector is the same until it jumps and becomes absolute crap. Dude. Wonder if I could do this math myself. Let me think. So this is the difference. -82, -72. Let me graph these points real quick. Graph the point 82, -72. Okay. Second point. 151, comma, -131. Difference between those 2 points. Let me do the math. 59 on one side. 69 on the other. So 69 squared plus 59 times 59, and then the square root of that is 90. 90 is the vector I should have gotten here, not 109. So I don't get this vector length at all. Here, I'll be even more precise. Decimals, 131.891. Here, I'll show my calculations. Minus 72.299. Square it. Okay, we have that number. Now do 151.198 minus 82.883. Square it. Add that to this number. And then square this. 96! Okay, made a little bit of difference. Still not the correct vector, though. Even less understandable is the distance between these 2 points. The vector is the same between the two, and yet the vector length is calculated exactly the same. How does that make any sense? How can you be at the same speed and same vector for 2 frames in a row? I may be trapped in a problem here. I'm trying to calculate forward speed. I'm trying to be fancy about it. Maybe I shouldn't be fancy about it. Maybe I should just let Unreal tell me how fast it is. By getting physics linear velocity of the target, which I did. Right here. So let's put that into vector length instead. We'll divide by delta seconds. What does that get me? Because maybe this is the answer. I don't know. Maybe this is the stability I need. Or maybe it's just going to go off the freaking rails. Right, I think I need to make an adjustment. I think I need to divide by 44.74, I think was the calculation. Put that in there, then divide by delta seconds. Still think that's too big. Well, it's consistent. Look at that. I'm looking mostly at the numbers on the left side. The vector length is consistent now, as it should be. Just the number being displayed is still freaking out. Maybe don't divide by delta seconds. See what that comes out to. It's gonna be a pretty low number. But if I divide by 0.01 like I was planning, it should still be a consistent number. Oh my god, I think it worked. At least the speedometer worked. I still need to make this work for the car. I want to turn off display capture. Just so you guys aren't freezing in place on stream. Okay. So now, instead of being forced... This might bite us later. But I think this is the right method to do. Using the physics linear velocity of the car instead of trying to calculate it ourselves. Because clearly what we were doing is not going to work. Oh, I just realized something. So the car speed I set, unfortunately, is something I use in all sorts of calculations. Get physics linear velocity. Put that into vector length instead. Don't divide by delta seconds. Instead, divide by 0.01 and put that in there. Hopefully our whole system doesn't break because I did that. Yo! Huh. So it broke. So I forgot to divide by 44.74. My B. Still seems rather large. Oh no, but car speed. Car speed is meant to be a large number. I don't know, guys. Oh, it just worked. Oh. Okay. No way it was that easy. No way. Oh. Color me surprised. Functionality of the car is still operational. everything's still working as intended. Wow. Okay then. Oh, I think I made this a superior version. Thank God, too. I was wondering why the damn thing was so inconsistent. Still doing forward speed. Yeah, we can turn these off. Don't need these anymore. Thank you for your patience. Okay. So now it's just a simple division and division. I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the butt that I got rid of delta seconds. And if it does, we'll have to revisit this. But for now, I think we're good. This makes more sense. In my mind, at least. Okay, so now we need to adjust this back to the the number I was thinking of, which is 300 miles per hour. Okay, so to do that, I think I need to increase this number. So if I just double this, I think my car will slow down significantly. It did. Or at least the miles per hour did. How did I get so close to 300 just like that? Huh. That's almost dead on to what I wanted. How is that possible? That just has to be a happy accident. I don't know how I pulled that off. Doesn't feel like 200 miles an hour, does it? It does feel like I'm going slower than I did before. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the speed of the car. Hey, gravity increased my speed, just like it should have. It's good. So what happens if I increase this to 0.01? Car gets slower. Why would it get slower? Scroll these print strings. There. I'm keeping you just in case. So if I made this 0.04. Would increase in speed? Sure would. I'm sorry we spent another stream working on speed, but this is a rather important mechanic. Alright, this feels good. Still feel like I can go faster. Let's use the racetrack as a reference. It should feel like I'm going just a little too fast around the curves. That's the basis we're aiming for. And we'll adjust the numbers as we need. Yeah, I'm not going fast enough. Let's double this. And don't worry about the numbers for now. Just make it work. Okay, that's a lot better. So under this metric, right around 600 is where it feels just right. Maybe even 700. Yeah, that's about right. So let's affect the suspension numbers so that it's displaying half of what I'm doing now. That makes sense? So if I have this logic correctly, what I adjust for the speedometer is what I'll show number-wise. But what the car is doing will be very different. I crapped the bed. God, what a terrible expression. Anyone actually ever crapped the bed, that would be like one of the worst days of their life. I don't want to talk about it. Damn, I keep overshooting it. Shows that the speed is kind of where I want it to be. Because this is where the tweaking part comes in. Oh. What I want is a car that accelerates to max speed in about 20 seconds. That the max speed feels satisfying. And it's just a little too fast for most courses. Like, you have to be really good to make it, like, satisfyingly good speed. Okay, yeah, so the numbers over there are half of what they were before. That's good. That means they can be tweaked, and that's exactly what I need. Okay. Good, good. Woo! Because I think this is the speed I want to work with. So let's go with that. The speedometer, on the other hand, should max out right around there. All right, now let's see where the car actually maxes out. We'll have to adjust the needle as well because it's going too far. But again, that's just a measure of scale. Will this ever plateau is the question. Because with the new setup I created, I don't actually know. It's so hard to tell. You know what I should do? I should set up a test road. Like an actual road to just fly on. I should have one. Pretty sure. not. Here we go. Let's create a road that we can test on. Where'd it go? Did it not go in? Come on. Thank you. Okay. Oops. Wish I could just replicate this over and over. I kind of can, can't I? What the heck is happening with my perspective? Whoops. Huh, no wonder doing this in Blooder is easier. Okay, screw it. What is with... It looks disastrous. Oh, it's because they all scaled on top of one another. Dang it. This is so dumb. Just stick to the one then. That's something we can work with. Okay. Didn't even give me what I wanted in the end. See, that's what Blunder's for. It needs to accelerate faster, or the curve of its deceleration needs to be a much shorter, because this is ridiculous. Okay, yeah. Car acceleration. Set acceleration. Okay, we don't want it to be above 200k. It's got to go much faster than this. So let's try 10. See how this works. Is better. Still not great though. Ooh, excuse me. There are two things I need to adjust: acceleration speed and its cap. Right now, acceleration speed is crap. I don't know what its cap is. I think it's 300? I don't actually think so, though. Yeah, no. Okay. Let's make it really low. Acceleration's much better, but it's still not where I want it to be. Another thing I need to take into consideration is that perhaps I've already crossed the barrier of the cap and I just don't know it. So let's print this value, please. Apparently with this new calculation, my acceleration is nowhere near where it was before. And that's fine, that just means some adjustments necessary. Just like usual. Oh my god, that number's not going down at all. Why is it so low? I mean, it is going lower. And consistently this time, which was the fix I ultimately wanted to end up at. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I closed it. Oh man, we're out of time. I didn't get to do my double jump today. Vehicles. I guess I was thinking about it wrong. Alright, so I definitely know what I don't want it to be. Hey, you can do it! Okay. That's too high. Half that, please. Half of that, please. I don't know if I can find a happy medium here. Be a lot of playtesting to get this right. Because the acceleration's not fast enough. Which means I need to make the acceleration way faster. I guess when you mess with the whole balance of things, you're gonna have to change the variables a little bit. Let's be crazy and increase that by a factor of 1. And then just to compensate. Okay, hopefully this works. Oh. Not accelerating at all. Damn you, man. Oh, right. We can do this. Whoa, okay. Whoa, okay. Whoa. Okay, acceleration, way too fast. So we're looking for somewhere in between 200k and 2 mil. Let's triple it. Still a little fast. See, that's pretty nice. That is good acceleration. Maybe it's a bit much. No, I don't know. I like it. Let's see how it works in scale. Be a bit fast, yeah. It's not the top speed I'm worried about. It's how fast I get there. I think the acceleration's actually really good. I just need to create the cap now. You know, I just realized something. This 10-hour playlist is repeating stuff. Who would have thought? The track I created is useless. There's no point in using it. Alright, I gotta figure out how to cap this sucker and fast. So the acceleration is the same. So what I've done now, I've created a cap at what looks like around 250, 255. Which actually isn't bad. that feels just right to me. I really need to figure out that deceleration thing, but that'll be next stream's problem. One last thing before I end the stream for tonight. Let me see if this speed feels natural on the course. Alright, acceleration. Oh, that's like the perfect acceleration. You need to get to 0 to something in about 5 seconds. It's gotta feel like you're gunning it. Because the more sluggish the start, the less satisfying it feels. Okay. Yeah, I honestly love this acceleration. Whoa! Now, is it just me, or is that a lot better than the last time we ran into the edge? That's way better. Are you kidding me? Okay. Yeah, this is the speed I want to deal with. But the speedometer's not where I want it to be. Speedometer's not... Ooh, that's what I should do. I should create a reference for this car going long ways with like a fence or something. That way I can tell how fast I'm going. Ooh! Crap. Quickly, get back into the race. Acceleration. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe a mite faster? But that's also because I was going backwards first. Okay, yeah, that's pretty solid, you guys. I don't know what to tell you. So we still need to tweak the relationship between the speedometer and the actual speed. And we do need to make it so that we are reaching max speed a lot faster than that. But the acceleration is like perfect. I could even make it a little faster. I might do that. Again, it's all about tweaking, but for now, perfect. I want to save everything. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will call it a night. Thanks to everyone who is still here or anyone who watches the stream after the fact. We're making good progress. The car's speed and mechanics are almost dead on where I want them. And we fixed so many of the physics problems. There's so few left to do. I mean, we're actually adding other mechanics now besides just driving the car. That's a big deal. But in case, I'll let you guys get back to your Thursdays. Remember, tomorrow night is Pokemon Emerald. I'll see you guys there. Keep developing. Keep making your dreams come true. And as always,